Everybody, it's Miss Dolph. I'm going to give you a quick overview for Block 3 Science Choice Board. At this point, you are comfortable with Google Classroom. Here I am in the stream. I'm going to go to classwork. And in this, what pops up is Distance Learning Block 3. That's where we are. If you haven't done Block 1 and 2, please go there first, and then you can work on Block 3. Here are the directions. There's some hints in here on how to make this easier for you, so you should probably read that. If you click in the block 3, it pulls up the slideshow in Google Slides. At this point, you are aware that this is the choice board and you get to pick of these 12 assignments. You pick 5, little cheat sheet right here, and then you answer your questions in each of the choices. If you need to add a slide, please go ahead and insert. And down here it says new slide, just go ahead and insert it there. If you don't need it, don't do that. I'm going to go over briefly what each of the choices are. You cannot see my mouse, so I'm going to read across and then go down from there. The first one is natural selection, Darwin's 5 points. There's a little blur, it's a PDF, it's a little blurb to remind you of who Charles Darwin was and what he said about natural selection. And then it gives you 4 different animals to look at natural selection, and you look at those 5 points that he has made and you answer the questions. 10 weird cases of incredible animal evolution should sound pretty straightforward. It's 10 animals, little blibbits, like maybe like a paragraph about each of the animals, and then your job is to talk about how they may have adapted to the way that they have. Pocket Mouse is a little bit more involved. It's like 8 pages on a PDF, but it's really cool because it talks about how the environment affects the pocket mouse's population and how its color change, what the color does to that, and how that impacts how it has changed through time. Simpson's family genetic variation is a family tree. So you look at a family tree and you answer some questions. Pretty simple. Survival of the sneakiest. You're going to read a comic strip and answer some questions. And the 2 purple links there will get you to where you need to be. You'll need both of them. Peppered Moth online simulation. It's going to, when you open up, it's going to take you to an online site, and you're going to have to go back and reopen the site again to get the worksheet. And then what I'll do is ask you some questions and background information so you understand what the heck a peppered moth is. And then there's a really cool simulation where you're a bird and you get to eat the moths. And then you take some information on that and answer some more questions on how the moth population changes over time. Evolution by natural selection. Again, this is another thing where animals change over time in nature. In this case, it is about birds and mice. Evolution, mutation, and selection gizmo. You're going to go online and use the gizmo, log in like you do at school, which if you listened to me in the beginning of the year, you made a username and password that was the same as your username and password for at school. Log in, do the gizmo, comes up with a worksheet, go through the worksheet. There's like 3 activities. It's a little involved, but it walks you baby steps through it. So you can look at how mutation and natural selection kind of work together. The PhET simulation, if you have Java, you can open it up. If you don't have Java and you can download it, you can open it up. If you're working from a school issued laptop like I am, you will not be able to open it up. So just find something else to do. Unfortunately, I think PhET simulations are awesome, but I can't get it to work. I would even do a screencast for you and let it play, but I can't get it to work. The bottom 3 choices are all Newsela. It should, when you click on the link, it should take you to your Newsela account. You may have to log in, but the assignments are there for you. The first one is how artificial selection works with animals. So artificial selection is where humans kind of start to manipulate the animals. The middle article is life on Earth still evolving. That is specifically, are we still changing? Or do you think we're done evolving? And then the last one is about sickle cell and sickle cell anemia. And that is kind of cool because it's about a disease in which is recessive and it's still around, and why. So read those articles, answer the questions. It's pretty straightforward. Again, this is a real brief me talking to you screencast, just general idea of what you got to pick from. It may be helpful, it may not be. I'm hoping to see you along the way. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please comment in the assignment in your anywhere and I will get a notification. Thanks. Thank you for your time and I hope to see you soon.